You know what drives me crazy? People who don't hold the door open for other people. Specifically, men. I've experienced a situation where people close the door on my face purposely. And you know what? Go ahead. Like, if that's the way you want to portray yourself, go ahead. Like, be mature. But I'm the type of person that's going to hold the door open for you. It's the respectful thing to do. It's manners. Like, but let me tell you, this man, it's literally why I hate men. Everyone except my boyfriend. This man allowed the door to close in my face, literally. Almost touched my nose. If he would have touched my nose, we would have had problems. But how are you gonna be 30, 25, around there years old and not have the knowledge to hold the door open for the younger girl behind you? I'm not saying all men have to hold the door open. I'm saying everyone should hold the door open for everyone. Like, it's just a nice thing to do. If you're in a rush, I get it, but like, this is the second time today where I've experienced a man having no sense of respect for women.
Yo, what is going on, guys? I hope you are all doing well. So on today's episode, we are going to be kicking it off with a clip from this woman right here. Now, guys, this is a special one, okay? Because, you know, we've been covering a lot of video clips where women are complaining about lack of things, you know, relationships, okay? Men aren't marrying us. Men aren't putting up with bullcrap anymore. But this is a new one, guys. Men are not opening doors for pretty young women, apparently. You know, guys, we're supposed to be out here opening doors for these wonderful ladies, okay? We're supposed to be being chivalrous all of the damn time, and if you're not, then you are just a bad man. And of course, guys, a lot of people understand. People with common sense understand that the reason why a lot of men don't engage in these interactions is because women oftentimes don't like it. Right? If you're not a dude who's super attractive, okay, a lot of the times these things can be perceived the wrong way. You get perceived as a creep or an a-hole. So dudes just say, you know what, I'm done with the whole thing. I'm not going to do these things. And guys, women just happen to lose their minds over it and make some content for the channel. But guys, before we jump into today's episode, if you are interested in losing some brain cells, okay, we are going to be opening applications for Fiend Gang content creators. So if this is something that interests you, you want to lose a couple of IQ points, you want to lose some brain cells, make sure to check out that link in the video description. But without further ado, guys, let's just jump in and take a listen to what this enlightened individual has to tell us. Fantastic frame there.
Crazy? People who don't hold the door open for other people. Specifically, men.
Right, so right off the bat, guys, it's a gendered issue. Okay, it's not that people aren't opening doors for her. She specifically demands that men open doors for her. Now, guys, as I said like 2 seconds ago, the reason why a lot of dudes are not interested in giving, you know, this chivalry is, one, because it's not appreciated a lot of the times. But number two, like, if you're a dude who's chivalrous, what a lot of men have come to realize is that if you're a chivalrous guy, even if you don't mean it in a romantic sense, right? Even if you're not trying to hit on the woman or whatever, a lot of the times women will label you as the creepy guy, or they'll be like, oh, how dare you type crap. You know, the strong and independence, guys, it is a wavering line, as we all know.
I've experienced a situation where people close the door on my face purposely. And you know what? Go ahead. Like, if that's the way you want to portray yourself, go ahead. Like, be mature. But I'm the type of person that's going to hold the door open for you. It's the respectful thing to do. It's manners. Like, but let me tell you, this man, it's literally why I hate men. Everyone except my boyfriend.
Okay, so let's pause it there. So she said, if you guys could catch it there, right? This woman speaks so damn fast. It's honestly worse than me when I'm on caffeine. She says that this is, quote, "This is why I hate men." And then she says, "Everyone except my boyfriend." Now, if that's not a red flag for the boyfriend, I don't know what is. Okay, because chances are this boyfriend is going to be the next man that she doesn't like. Just by the way, guys, if you come across a woman, right, and you want to, you know, she wants to date you, you want to date her, whatever, you're looking at getting into a relationship together, and she tells you something to the effect of, oh, all the men in my life have been terrible, or all my ex-boyfriends, they were all narcissistic. Guess what? you are going to be the next man that is going to be labeled narcissistic. It doesn't matter if you are a narcissistic person or not. It doesn't matter if you're XYZ. She is going to label you that because, guys, these people, a lot of the times, they need to feel as though they're the victim of something. And the easiest thing to, feel like you're a victim of is the patriarchy, right? Or men. Because men have it so much easier. Men are oppressive. Men have all the jobs, etc., etc. But yeah, this is a giant red flag to the boyfriend. As anyone with common sense would recognize, if a woman says she hates all men, probably not a fantastic woman to be hanging around with.
This man allowed the door to close in my face, literally. Almost touched my nose. If he would have touched my nose, we would have had problems.
You would have had problems, yeah. It's funny, like, she mentions this as though it's going to be like some sort of physical confrontation. I think a lot of women really overestimate their physical prowess against a man. Like, yeah, the thing is, the only reason why these women win these arguments, and these confrontations, is because men can't do anything back or they get sent to jail. It's not because you're stronger than a man. It's not because you're more intellectual. The guy just understands, hey, if I so much as raise my voice, that's going to be considered assault. So I'm just going to ignore the woman and move on with my day. You see, it's not that, like, these girls seem to get a very, very false sense of confidence, guys, which I guarantee you, if they weren't protected as they are, that confidence would evaporate very damn quickly. And it's not to say like, oh, well, dudes are just better than women or whatever. If you're someone who wants to get in a physical confrontation with a man as a woman, you are going to get absolutely ruined. Like, that's just what it is. Like, there's been sports teams, guys, where like 15-year-old dudes have absolutely rolled professional women's sports teams. Like, this is not up for debate, man.
Literally, almost touched my nose. If he would have touched my nose, we would have had problems. But how are you going to be 30, 25, around there years old and not have the knowledge to hold the door open for the younger girl behind you?
You probably either A, didn't notice, or B, doesn't care. And it's not his responsibility to notice or to care. It's really funny how, like, some of these girls, guys, they get so wrapped up in their own universe, they think that absolutely everything is about them. Maybe the guy just didn't notice, or maybe he didn't care. Believe it or not, this guy actually doesn't owe you this thing. It's really interesting, guys, because I think a lot of men, right? When something nice happens to a man, like a man gets a compliment or someone does something nice for a man, chances are that man will remember it for a good amount of time. Because men don't receive compliments or they don't really receive nice things a lot of the time, okay? And that's just the truth of it. A lot of these girls, however, it's like if you don't give them something nice, they will remember it because they're used to getting things given to them. You understand? Like, they're used to having the door open for them. They're used to receive all the compliments and the validation and the attention. But guess what, guys? That one man who doesn't do it, oh, he's a problem. He's an absolute menace. And it's really funny as well, guys, when you consider the fact that these girls who get all this validation, what men do they typically end up with? What men do they chase? They chase the men who are obviously, number one, physically attractive, but number two, who don't give them validation. So we're going to complain about the men, in a dating sense, but we're going to go and chase them anyway. And then you expect chivalry from men. It's craziness.
I'm not saying all men have to hold the door open. I'm saying everyone should hold the door open for everyone. Like, it's just a nice thing to do.
I mean, you made it gendered 2 seconds into the video. I love these contradictions, guys. We can't make it like 20 seconds without contradicting ourselves. She goes on to say, well, it's not about gender, you should just do it. But at the beginning, gender is literally the first thing that she brings up in the video, like 2 seconds in.
If you're in a rush, I get it, but like, this is the second time today where I've experienced a man having no sense of respect for women.
Since when does not opening the door for someone equate to respect? Like, number one, who the hell cares? Right? Number two, it's like, guys, this girl, it's really... That's a frame and a half right there. These people who are recording these videos, guys, are some of the most privileged people to ever walk the face of the earth. I'm not even kidding, guys. Like, this woman's probably recording this on like an iPhone or something. And she's sitting here and her complaint is that 2 men today haven't respected her, one of which just came in the form of not holding the door open for her or not opening for her. Who the hell cares, bro? Get on with your life. Like, this is what these people obsess over, man. Like, they don't obsess over, like, it's just how people treat me, how do they validate me, what kind of attention do I get, what kind of attention do I not get? Who the hell cares, man? Like, I couldn't imagine, guys. I think, right, if I was someone who lived like this and paid attention to stuff like this, I would lose my mind really quickly. You know, like, I would just become crazy. I would probably become mentally ill quite quickly. You can't afford to focus on all this crap because who the hell cares, man? Oftentimes, guys, when I record these videos, you know what I do after I'm finished recording the video? I upload it, you know, I might make a thumbnail, right? And then I don't watch any of this crap for the rest of the day. I don't do it. It truly does not interest me too much, guys, the behavior of other people. You know, it really doesn't.
This is the second time today where I've experienced a man having no sense of respect for women. It's literally disgusting, and it makes me want to scream. I almost told him something because I don't care. Like, I was so mad. I was like, hold the door open for me. Like, what? And I was carrying things in my hands.
Put them down. Open the door yourself. You are strong and independent, madam. I believe in you. Okay? I believe in your ability to be strong and independent. This is what these ladies have asked for, guys. These strong, empowered women on TikTok. Okay, you are able to do. If a man can open the door, you can put down whatever it is that you're carrying and then open the door. I love how, guys, she walks up to the door with crap in hand and then like expects it to be held open for her. Like, bro, just open the door yourself.
But no, we have to be disrespectful. I hope this reaches the right people and no one gets mad about this. Like, I'm just saying, like, it is annoying when you have the door shut on your face by someone you don't even know because they simply just don't know the rules of life.
Yeah, guys, the rules being you have to do crap for, you know, for women just because they're women. And this is the thing, she's framing it like the dude deliberately shut the door. I don't think that's what happened. I think he just let it shut behind him because probably he didn't notice or he didn't care to do it. It's not like he physically shut the door on you. You see how she like slightly changes the wording there, guys, to make herself appear as though this man was like in some way just egregiously violating the rules of human nature? No, the dude probably just let the door shut behind him. He didn't shut it on you. The doors naturally shut behind you when you go through them.
It's just something nice you do. Like, I think everyone should do it. So if you're a man or a woman and you hold the door open for other people because you are just a nice, peaceful civilian, thank you, because you are amazing.
Yeah, right. Okay. Well, that's mental illness and a half. But guys, speaking of mental illness and a half, we have a few more clips lined up here today. I'm just going to hover over and select one at random, guys. So we're just going to buckle up and take a bit of a listen. All right, what's this next one here? Holy hell. So this here, it starts off by saying she's replying to a comment that says, how about be independent and take care of yourself and not assume it is someone else's job? I am embarrassed for you. 50-50 Sadies will always hate on the spoiled girlies. Being a princess isn't for everyone. So this is a woman who is going to tell us, I assume, what a princess she is. So let's jump in.
Like a hot mess. But it doesn't matter because I don't need my parents to get around. I'm not an OnlyFans girly. But you guys, this comment is just like why? Like, I will never understand the 50-50 girlies that want to leave hate on spoiled girlies content. But honestly, it's always the 50-50 girlies that are like, oh, like, how about be independent? Girly, you don't freaking know me. I'm a full-time college student. And on top of that...
Why is this woman saying that being a full-time college student, she's like saying this is some sort of flex that demonstrates independence? These girls who are full-time college students, it literally demonstrates the opposite of independence. You are receiving money from the government, which you have to pay back. You are literally the opposite of independent. You are going into debt from the government, right? Which is like, it's just, oh my goodness, these people, guys, my brain is hurting so bad. Okay, and if you guys don't know what she's referring to here when she's talking about the 50-50 girls, so she's referring to girls who are happy to go 50-50 on dates and such with men. And what she's attempting to do is shaming women who are not receiving 100% from men. Right, guys? But she doesn't seem to understand that if you're taking 100% from men, by definition, you are not independent. Her IQ seems to be a little bit too far away from this sort of understanding, but nevertheless, let's continue.
I own 2 very successful companies. I
Doubt it.
am an entrepreneur at heart. I've
Double doubt the first thing.
had entrepreneurial businesses since I was a little freaking kid. Second of all, I'm fine, girly. I can take care of myself, pay my own bills, but I want a man to do it for me.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Guys, these are the girls who, like, this is the kind of crap where dudes look at this and they're like, you know what? I'd rather not date at all. I'd seriously rather not, because what's the point of dating someone, guys, if they treat you like you're a wallet? You know, believe it or not, guys, these are the same women who complain about, you know, men objectifying them, okay, men only looking at them for one thing, their body, etc., which I can't get too specific on that in this case because YouTube will ban my ass right away, right? But, you know, these are the girls who complain about this. But, of course, it's perfectly appropriate to just go straight for a man's wallet, right? That's what we value out of guys. Going 100-0, taking everything from the man, not contributing, and then we're surprised when men don't want to date us.
Like, I can spend my own money and be fine, but I'd rather have a man buy me flowers. I can buy myself flowers, but I'd rather have a man buy me flowers. I can pay my own bills, but I'd rather have a guy take care of me and be a man and take care of bills.
Yeah, guys, because apparently that's what being a man is. Paying for a woman's bills. I love how every time these women give a definition of what a man is, it's always like a completely self-serving definition. It's not, guys, you won't hear things about morals and about caring about your community and raising a family, okay, and having faith or anything like this. Like, these discussions don't come up. And if they do come up, it'll be about morals in the sense that it is moral to take care of a woman. And that's the extent to which you'll hear discussions about morality. Anytime these girls discuss what a man is, guys, it's always a self-serving definition. Always. It's absolutely disgusting. So a real man, guys, apparently just pays for a woman's bills and gets her flowers. This is a one-way trip, guys, for those of you guys who are unaware, which if you're watching this channel, you're probably not unaware. But for those of you who are new, okay, this is a one-way ticket to getting used. This is a one-way ticket, guys, to getting treated like absolute crap as a man. Like, there's no other, this does not lead anywhere else. It does not lead anywhere positive for the man at all.
And also, like, oh, like, it's so embarrassing that it's someone else's job. Have you analyzed culture or biology in general? Do men have kids? Like, do men pop their pussy and have a kid?
Right, so because you have the ability to have children, I have to pay your bills? This is a real stretch for logic, right? And guys, like, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, okay? I don't consider myself the most intellectual of individuals, okay? But this is a stretch. Like, I recognize a stretch when I see it in logic, and this is one of them. So because you can bear children, I am expected to open a wallet for you and, in a sense, pay reparations because you can have a child and I can't have a child. I'm confused. I'm really lost.
Crickets. No, they don't. They do not have kids. So 50-50 in my reality, like, yes, be an independent boss bitch. But honey, how are we gonna keep the procreation and the freaking human race going without a man?
Yeah, guys, how can you argue with this? You know, how can you argue with such logic? I also want to take a moment to highlight here. I don't think this woman has considered, but you also need a man in order to have a child. So I don't know when we're going to be taking that into account. I think what she's getting at here, basically, guys, like, I'm going to be incredibly generous. Okay. I think what she's getting at here is that if you're, you know, in labor, you're having a kid, okay, you're going through the 9 months of pregnancy, whatever, then you typically are not able to support yourself in the ways that you could if you were not going through pregnancy. And therefore, it is a man's duty to take care of you during that time. like that to me can make a bit of sense, you know, guys. Like if you've got like a pregnant wife or a pregnant girlfriend or something like that, again, not advocating for marriage, but if you've got a pregnant wife or a girlfriend, of course you don't want them to go through, you know, doing a whole bunch of struggle and like, you know, doing high pressure work and everything like that. Totally understandable. But this is some random 304 on TikTok, and you're expecting a man to pay for all your crap because you have the ability to have a child. So you're not even giving him children in the first place, which I don't. Again, guys, I have to be very careful or I'll just get banned off of YouTube. So I've got to keep it real nice here. I don't know why a man would want to have a kid with you, okay? But it doesn't matter, because why should he be paying for your things anyway outside of that? I don't. Oh, my brain is going to explode, man. I swear watching videos like this, guys, is just aging me rapidly. You know, I'm just like adding thousands, like the years are ramping up, or rather my lifespan is going down as I watch these videos.
Like, make it make sense. I'm not going to be pregnant for 9 months. That's almost a freaking whole year. And if he wants 2 or 3 kids, that's like 3 freaking years if he wants 3 kids. I'm sorry, honey. You can stay with your dusty, crusty excuse of a man, but I can keep the house, the kids, the Tesla, everything that I'll drive, and still have my own business and still have my security blanket and my investment properties on the line in the prenup.
I just want to highlight this again, guys. I do not believe that this woman has successful businesses, and I do not believe that she owns properties. I sincerely don't. I simply do not believe it. And again, this is, again, coming from a woman who started the video by flexing the fact, quote unquote flexing, the fact that she was in college, and she used the word entrepreneur 3 times within 7 seconds at the start of the video. So call me a little bit skeptical, okay? But I think this whole strong and independence crap is just a little bit of an act, okay? And just because you can have, I don't know, you're talking about pumping out 3 children, okay, doesn't mean that the guy who's taking you out on a first date, like, guys, here's the thing. I think a lot of guys, I've said this before, a lot of men are not actually against taking care of a woman. I think there are lots of guys who go out here and, you know, they want to have a family one day, okay, they don't mind taking care of people that they care about. I don't think that this is something shocking. Men actually enjoy, for the most part, taking care of other people. It makes men feel good. Right? I believe that men are givers, okay? Men are not these a-holes that TikTok makes us out to be. A lot of guys would like to care for a woman and have a family. Here's the problem. That all evaporates instantaneously when you are entitled. If you're out here and you're a girl and you feel entitled to a man's money, even if that guy was going to pay for your entire lifestyle and pay for dinner dates and everything, you have now repulsed that man because you've shown him that you're an entitled individual. You guys see how that works, right? It's kind of like a man going on dates with a woman, right? And the girl might want to hook up with him. She might want to have bedroom fun, whatever. But because he's just out here expecting it and overtly bringing it up, you know, chances are the woman's going to say, look, I'm not really interested. He kind of killed it for me. Like, why is he doing this? You know? It's the exact same thing. If you're diving for a man's wallet, even if the guy's wallet is really big, he's not going to want to take care of you because you're a pain in his backside. It's as simple as that. Let's keep going.
Security blanket and my investment properties on the line in the prenup, but still be taken care of. And I think that's what, like, people don't realize. Like, what, 50-50. So am I going to carry the baby for 4.5 months, and then the man is going to carry it for 4.5 months?
Are you going to get pregnant instantaneously? You know, are you going to be faithful? Are you not going to divorce a man for all of his assets and any subsequent child that you have? You see how this works, guys? Like, it's these girls, they come to this relationship, okay? This woman's basically going, you know what? I expect to be treated as though I'm the mother of your kids, right? I expected to have that 100-0. I expect all of the treatment from a man without doing crap. Guys, I guarantee you, this woman's dating life, absolute shambles, and it will continue to be absolute shambles.
No, that does not work. That does not work. This is why 50-50 relationships do not work. And be an independent girly. Like, honestly, if he leaves you, But honestly, if a man leaves me, that's fine. There's plenty of other men in the world that want to take care of me and want to respect me and want to be providers and want to be good freaking men. And just because you don't like that doesn't mean you have to comment and hate.
Something really interesting about clips like these, guys, before we wrap up today's episode, is what a lot of these girls fail to realize is that any man who comes along, so we'll take this woman right here, okay? Any dude who comes along and thinks to himself, after hearing rants like this and getting a dose of this woman's personality, any man who sits there and thinks to himself, wow, I would love to take care of that. I would love to pay for all of her bills. I would love to hang around with her. She seems very pleasant, and I very much like her. Any guy who sits there and thinks that, I can honestly tell you, this woman will not respect. She will not respect him. Because this whole thing of like, oh, well, I expect a man to do all of this, and I expect him to respect me and love me and pay for all my stuff and do X, Y, Z, and, you know, he has to put in all the effort. The girls who say this stuff, the men who actually show up to do this, are simps. I can't slice it any other way. These are guys who don't respect themselves, and so the women end up not respecting them as well, which makes total sense. And then the relationship falls apart anyway. You take his assets, you take any of his kids that, you know, you had with him. Let's be honest, in a lot of these instances, the kids aren't even that dude's anyway because you're not attracted to him. So we've just wasted everybody's time. Okay? But guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode, headache-inducing episode, as it were, there. So guys, make sure to leave your thoughts and your comments. And as always, guys, make sure that you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.